Page 40. Landon, would you read number 1, please? I think you'll find today to be pretty simple, so it shouldn't take us too long.
I don't know the name, so I'm just gonna go like this.
Amani, I believe.
Amania.
Okay, or you can say Amania.
Amania and Eva both work at the dog grooming company. Their income in dollars for various amounts of time worked in hours is shown below. Can't hiccup again.
A? A?
A?
You haven't asked the question yet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Canadians, eh? One of them have worked with dogs for several years, and the other just started working. Which one do you think is Eva? Why do you think this so?
Eva's the one that had several dogs for many years. Ivan is not.
How do you know that?
Because Eva is the one that has the money.
Yeah, Eva's got more money. So Eva is the one that has dogs for several years. Imani is the, I guess we'll just say the other one.
Imani.
Okay, looking at the graph, part B. How many dollars? It says about, so we're probably not going to be able to do exact. Looking at Imani, how much does Imani make per hour?
6. I'm thinking 7. Actually, makes $1 an hour, doesn't it?
$1 an hour?
No, that's
But with the work
No.
Oh, he makes $10 an hour.
I don't think so. I don't think that's all the way up to 10 there.
No,
Oh, he makes 6.
Well, look at 2. Where do you think 2 is at?
He makes $50.
an hour?
Where do you think 2 is at, Mel?
Number 2?
2 hours. How much do you think Imani makes?
Yeah, at 2 hours, like 14 or so.
14, 15, 7 or 750, I would say. I'm going with 750.
$750. That's a lot of money.
How about Eva?
Eva makes about $18 an hour.
I don't think 18.
For which one?
The other one.
17. Does Ava $17?
I'd say about 15, 16.
Yeah, it looks to me like 2 is right on 30.
I'm looking at it.
So I'm saying Eva makes 15 an hour. Question 2. Riding a skateboard through a city. Graph shows the number of blocks he travels during the 6 minutes.
16 blocks. 16.
How many minutes does it take him to travel 16 blocks? Mel?
6 minutes.
Sure about that.
Oh, look at your graph.
Landon, 8 blocks.
4 or 3. I meant 3.
3 minutes. Devin, 4 blocks.
1.5.
I was at 1.4.
Well, it's,
I would say 1.5.
yeah, just to make some
Each one is getting half as big, right? The one that Mel said was 6. Oh, I'm not even on the page here. Half the amount, half the distance. Yeah. How many minutes then to go 1 block? Now, it's going to be tough to see by the graph.
45 seconds.
Let's look at I guess any of them. Mel, we're going to use yours.
9.
16 blocks for 6 minutes. 1 block in how many minutes?
Half is a full minute. So
That's,
it's 1.5.
yeah, it's going to be less, I think.
I'm thinking 45 seconds.
Are you sure about that?
All right, how do I get from 1 to 16, Mel?
times 16.
So something times 16 is 6. So I got to take 6 divided by 16,
Why don't you want to convert that?
and then I can just reduce it.
6 over 16.
6 over 16 reduced.
3 over 6.
8.
8. Yeah, I knew that one.
3/8 of a minute.
Technically, I
If you want a decimal, you could divide it out. I think that's 0.375.
So what's that in seconds?
you'd have to take 60 times 0.375.
Who's got their iPad out? Nope.
Question E. If he continues at this rate, how long would it take him to go 40 blocks? Well, now you know how long it takes to go 1 block. So you take it times 40. Again, I would choose to cross cancel. That's going to make it quite a bit easier for you. Otherwise, you take the top times top and divide it by the bottom. Kira, you want a top times top divided by the bottom? Or do you want to cross cancel?
Cross cancel.
All right, how many times does 8 go into 40?
5.
All right, then all you got to do is take 3 times 5. Landon?
15.
Thank you. Label?
15 minutes. I'm just helping Kira out.
She's smart. She knows
If
it.
Paulo continues at this rate, how many blocks would he travel in 1 hour? Mel, the one that you did will be super helpful for this one.
What do I do?
Letter A.
What
That one should be super helpful. to you.
6 minutes to get to 16 blocks.
Yep, and it wants to know how far can I go in an hour.
Sometimes 10 or 6 blocks.
So Mel said 16 blocks in 6 minutes. An hour is 10 times as far, or as long, excuse me. 60 times, or 6 times 10 is 60. So blocks times 10 is 160. All right, write an equation where m is minutes and B is blocks. So minutes over blocks. We'll use part B. That was the reduced one of 3 over 8. So there is one equation you could have. You could have it reversed as we talked about yesterday. Flip it over. You could cross multiply and go 8m equals 3b. A lot of different answers you could have there. All right, letter H. Brandon also left the school on his skateboard at the same time, but he travels at a slower rate. What will his line look like compared to Paulo's? So he's traveling slower than Paul. What will his line look like? It's going to be above his line or below it? Yeah, he's slower. Still going to go through 0, 0. But he's not as fast on the skateboard. There is his graph. Next page. All right, 8 coffee drinks in 10 minutes. Why don't you see if you can graph that line based on that information? 8 coffee drinks in 10 minutes. What do you think, Maddie?
I don't know.
Mel? What do you think? Where can I put a dot to help me?
So bring the 10 up and cross the 8.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 8 coffees, put a dot. Gave us that one. How long would it take to make 0 coffees?
0 minutes.
So those are the 2 dots I would connect. 0, 0.
I got it. Oh my. I can't find it.
They're up here. Question B. Write an equation.
Keep your binder back.
All right, coffee to minutes. 8 coffee, 10 minutes. There's one equation I could write. Could again cross multiply and write 8m equals 10c. That would work as well. You could have that flipped over and so on.
Of course, when I needed my ruler, I had it. I snapped it today instead of
Why?
get a cup of coffee. That's Kira.
What?
I was at Cobra Kai in City all today. That's my ruler.
Landon, if I can have 8 coffees in 10 minutes, how long would it take to make 1 coffee?
1 and like 1/4, sort of.
Divide by 8. 10 divided
Mel?
by whatever 10 divided by 8 is.
On it.
Yeah, go Landon.
Speed. My iPad's like 160 hertz.
All right, again, you can just write it as 10 over 8. You could leave it as 5 over 4. That's an awful guess, Landon. Or 1 and 1/4. Any of those is fine. So a little over a minute to make 1 coffee. All those answers would be fine with me. Question number 4. A pitching machine shoots 2 baseballs every 15 seconds.
That's fast.
Baseballs would be labeled B. Time is what is in seconds. So it has to stay with that. How many of those equations follow that format? Yes.
C.
Say that again.
C.
C.
What about B?
Not C.
B.
2 over 15 is not the same as 1 over 30. If it was 4 over 30.
B.
2 baseballs, 15 time. B is correct. Try again, Maddie.
E.
E is the exact same thing but flipped over.
D.
And D, because 2 over 15 is the same as 4 over 30.
9. Hey, stop going.
You're not playing with
All right, I would like you to try number 8. The trick for number 8 is to figure out what the blue triangles weigh. Please don't say it out loud. Give you a little time to see if you can solve that. Just leave it as a fraction.
I don't know how to divide a fraction.
Just divide.
I know.
3 over 4.
Here, I am tired.
We're all tired.
That's worse. It's more extra. It's just here.
I just really. My dad walked up and down the stairs.
Come on.
4 times this morning.
Mr. Mullibrand, come on.
Okay, I have a regular water bottle.
What?
Dang.
You're killing me. I
Sorry
need
to hear that.
caffeine.
You're still alive, aren't you?
Can I bring
But-
coffee instead?
Nope. I don't, unless it's clear. It seemed to be pretty watered down then.
I found the triangle.
All right, what is a triangle?
1.5.
2/3.
No,
3/4.
Butterfly.
it's 3 divided by 4.
And how come you don't get in trouble for bringing monsters to school?
Well, you can bring it to school. I just don't want to see it.
It just depends on the teachers. Some teachers don't care, and other teachers do care. So
They're
it's
like
the 4. But
How about the butterflies? Devin.
Great.
1/2.
1/2.
1.5.
Devin, they add, 2 of them they add up to 3.
1.5.
Yeah, I like that better.
Didn't you say 1/2? Oh, that's a half.
This is 1.5.
All right, well, this one could be interesting.
Someone said 3, and I'm like,
I did not say 3.
73.
3/4
3/4.
plus 3/4. Think in terms of money. 3/4 plus 3/4.
6.
$1.50.
Okay, 1.5.
Wow.
Plus another 1.5.
3.
That means this is 3. So what's the top circle, Mel?
6.
Thanks, Mel.
Good job.
3 and 3 is 6.
I didn't know that.
We answer the ones we're not supposed to. We don't answer the ones we're supposed to. Craziness.
Welcome to our class.
All right, question number 9.
I don't think opposite names.
Kira,
I call Kira.
Landon, stop talking, please.
Yeah.
Number 9. Carla?
Want me to read?
Yeah.
Oh. Carla has been babysitting to earn money to buy a car. The table shows her income for various jobs. Use the table to plot points and graph a possible relationship between Carla's income and the number of hours she babysits.
All right, so there are a few dots over here that you can put on the graph. Please plot the points and connect the dots the best you can. So 3 hours, $21,
$7 an
and
hour.
so on.
She's making $7 an hour.
But it wants you to plot the points, so put the dots on there and connect them.
Okay, I can do that. I think. Wait. This makes sense.
What doesn't make sense?
This.
They should pretty well line up.
Oh, it's 17, not 7. Oh my.
Yeah, you can tell if you got them in the right spot, all the dots should be pretty close. Now it does go by 5s and you're moving up by $1, so could be some error there. But this should be close. Mel, you already answered B.
$7 an hour.
$7 an hour. Okay, that should of course be true for all of them. 21 divided by 3, 1750 divided by 2.5, 35 divided by 5, and so on.
It's
So it says how to find it. We took income divided by hours to tell us hourly rate. Question D. Describe how to determine Carla's rate of pay from the graph. So not using the table. Using the graph, well, it goes through obviously 0, 0. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Sad that's a reality. Mel, how else can you tell from the graph?
She's making money if the arrow goes up.
Yeah, and can you tell how much? Every hour it should go up how much?
$7.
Yeah, every hour you work, your pay goes up $7. So at 1, you should be at 7. At 2, you should be at 14, 3, 21, and so on. Okay, write the equation. Income to hours. Income is $7 per 1 hour. Again, you could use 21 over 3. That'd be fine as well. I like it to be reduced. What would that one look like if we cross multiply?
do the
7H.
I was gonna do I and 1.
1 eye.
Yeah, and you can just leave it as I. You don't need the 1. Not wrong if you put it there. Next few questions is kind of a review. We've already talked about it. We'll do a couple together. 8 times what gives me 4A?
2A.
8 times 2A would be 16A. 8A times what is 4A?
Is it a fraction?
Mm-hmm.
1/2.
Yes, half. Half of 8 is 4, and then just put an A on it.
1/4 is the next thing.
1/4.
Did you?
8 divided by 4, or a fourth of 8. And then that, of course, would be your answer over here. Both are positive. So I'll include that to the right.
in the box.
Let's do number 12.
Really? Curse me.
All right, whatever you're dividing by goes on the left side here. So this one was divided by 8. This one's divided by 5C. So 5C goes here.
I see is good.
15.
5 times what is 3?
Oh, time. Oh, hold up.
15.
No, what?
5 times what
1.5.
is 3?
No, that's not right. Is it right 1.5?
See if this helps you. Notice there's no 5 in my answer here, right?
Oh my god.
So where would the 5 have to go to cancel this out?
On the bottom.
And what would the top have to be?
3?
Yes, so it's 3/5. With a C. Nope, no C.
Why not C?
Because we put the C with the 5.
You see?
Serious, sorry.
All right, 5C
I'm just too good.
times what, Landon?
4.
Is 20.
Would it be 4?
1/4. 1/4. 1/4.
No, what? About 5 times what equals 20? Would it not be 4?
21.
5 times 4 would be 20C, so somehow we need the C to cancel out.
So 5C on the bottom.
Just C,
C on the bottom.
because we need the 5 to get to 20.
Yes.
Okay, so 4C.
What?
4 over C. All right, we're going to skip the bottom 2 today to give you some more time to work on your homework. So this should not be incomplete when you leave today.
Well, might be.
Should be done before
He wants us all to have our homework done by the end of this period.
you leave.
43rd today?
So all of them, page 43.